Did you know how to install a mini split air conditioner? In this video, I explain the most important things. The equipment comes with its copper pipes cut to size according to its refrigerant charge from the factory. With these we must install the indoor unit with the outdoor unit, using the appropriate measures of copper pipes. We must tighten the nuts well using adjustable wrenches preferably, and, if possible, it would be better to use a torque wrench. As the next step, we proceed to remove the nuts from the service valve and the nuts that cover the valves. Now we connect the pressure gauges to the service valves and to our nitrogen tank. We connect to the low pressure service and the high pressure service if the condenser also has this option. Then we connect to the nitrogen tank gauge, turn on the gauges, and open the nitrogen valve. We load around 400 psi and monitor for a while. With this we guarantee that the system has no leaks. After verifying that there are no leaks, we remove the nitrogen and proceed to create a vacuum. We connect the gauges to the vacuum pump and start the vacuum process. Upon reaching below 500 microns, we close the gauge valves and remove the pump. We wait, leaving the vacuum for a while. If it does not leak too quickly above 1000 microns, everything is in order and we proceed to open the valves. We open the high pressure one. We must do it slowly, and then the low pressure one in the same way. Once the process is finished, we remove the gauges and proceed to isolate the pipes. We put on the protective nuts and our mechanical installation is ready. Remember that if you add piping, you must add refrigerant. This time we used the amount of piping included from the factory. The wiring of the mini split is done in different ways depending on what the manufacturer requires, but the important thing is to follow a pattern and respect the amperages and wire gauges. A multi-strand cable connects the capacitor to the evaporator. We connect in order: line 1, line 2, signal, and ground. In the evaporator we connect in the same way, following the color sequence: line 1, line 2, signal, and ground. In this case, the electrical power supply will be in the condensing unit. Here we only connect line 1, line 2, and ground. This is the electrical supply power. We place the condensation tube by gravity or in whichever way it fits best. Did you know why it is necessary to create a vacuum in an air conditioning system during an installation? Here I explain it to you. We will remove the casing to explain it to you better. This is a mini split system, but the vacuum is a principle for any air conditioning system in general. A new air conditioning unit comes separated into 3 parts. We have the condenser, the evaporator, and the pipes that connect these two. When we do an installation, we must connect the pipes to the condenser and the evaporator, because each installation is different. When we do this, the pipes can carry environmental imperfections, as well as moisture and air. This is sometimes invisible to the naked eye, but when mixed with the coolant it can cause severe damage to the internal system. Normally, all new air conditioners come with refrigerant resting in their condenser. This is calculated for a certain number of pipes according to the manufacturer. These also have a valve for the high line and a valve for the low line. With these valves, the refrigerant stays there until everything is ready to open the valves and let the refrigerant flow through the entire system. That is why we must create a vacuum so that the refrigerant enters an environment with zero oxygen and in an environment purified of imperfections, as this will guarantee the air conditioner's lifespan. Next, I will explain to you how to make a vacuum correctly. We must create a vacuum and measure the microns. The vacuum removes all dirt, moisture, and oxygen from the pipes. Upon reaching the vacuum in microns required by the manufacturer according to the type of oil we are using, we must carry out the following process to maintain the vacuum. We close all the valves that we are using on the manometer and break the vacuum with the refrigerant from the condenser. First, slowly opening the high-pressure valve to avoid liquid slugging and leakage of compressor oil into the system, and then we open the low pressure valve in the same manner. Now we can remove the pressure gauges since the refrigerant is under positive pressure and air can no longer enter when they are removed. There are many ways to perform a vacuum, but this is one of the best ways to do it. Follow me on all social media for more educational videos.